Hello there, and welcome to what is going to be a very good game of Coming Heroes 2 1 versus 1 auto match. I'm AE, and I'm joining you today from Faymanville Approach as we are now live with HappyCat, or as live as we possibly can be. HappyCat, by the way, is the best Chinese player going. He's playing as OKW here, and his opponent is in the top three of Koreans or thereabouts. There's Asia Mint, Ashablaw, PFC, and CoH2, formerly known as Tiramisu. Those guys are awesome, and of course South Korea, like in a lot of RTSs, it does not dominate in CoH2, but it does have a very strong contingent of players, and PFC is amongst them. A little bit of news. I'll just rifle through it before we get into the depths of this game. Is, of course, Master League 3 will be announced very soon. We're trying to do one every couple of months. We might have a break for Christmas, but we're certainly going to do one in October. And, yeah, if you're on the Master League Discord, you can go and check that out in advance, but we will be doing a public kind of reveal of the format, and it does look exciting next weekend. So these two players in particular will be practicing for that, because, of course, points mean prizes, as an old British quiz show saying. But in this case, points for the Master League mean entry to the World Championship 2020. Last year's prize pool was a staggering $20,000 US. Kubelwagen going for the quick fuel cap here. Combat Engineers pushing in with conscript support, forcing the Kubelwagen away. But can the Stern Pioneers with their Sturmgewehrs keep the points? They're looking to do so. Combat Engineers are looking for the decap, but the Combat Engineers will suffer casualties if they sustain. Meanwhile, conscripts are going to push in, but the Functionaries seek refuge behind heavy cover. The well there, giving them a staunch standpoint. Anyway, as I say, Master League points. You go on the Master League league table, you can work out who's going to be in the World Championship, save for one last tournament, with 12 points for the first place winner, cascading down from there. And the top 16 players will end up in that huge Sega-funded Relic tournament, the World Championship. So that's pretty exciting. Big thanks and noble recognition goes to God is an Astronaut. This is the last bulletin before we get into the actual casting, don't worry. God is an Astronaut saved this replay for me. I was going to cast it live and I bloody messed up my audio and I had to back out and go back in. And my boy had me covered and he said it was an excellent game. So my intuition proved correct and his bloody intuition proved correct. We were both watching this one in Automatch. And, yeah, these guys are around similar level. So, great game on a great map between two great players. So that's a triple G for me. And I'm not talking about Gennady Golovkin, the boxer. I'm talking about what we're going to be watching for the next, hopefully, 40 minutes of sterling action. The Folks Grenadiers, by the way, have done a really good job. That's the benefit of heavy cover. I mean, they were just able to manhandle the conscripts, and the Stern Pioneers and the Kubelwagen sat up there. They also, kept the fuel. Meanwhile, however, PFC has used the early Soviet kind of manpower superiority to gain access to this fuel, but now, of course, he's being decapped. I am casting this live on Twitch. The reason I do that these days is because the transmission to YouTube, I really want to see those comments ASAP. That is my satisfaction. Certainly isn't the $3 I get from YouTube advertisement revenue. It's the comments I get on YouTube, so please keep them flooding in. I like to get it straight on there, baby. So if I put it on Twitch, I can upload it to YouTube really quickly. We have a flamethrower against the Stern Pioneers. Conscripts looking really low. Kubelwagen, by the way, has a I thought he had more kills than that. It must all be on the Folks Grenadiers. Indeed it is. We have 4 on these guys. And up here you can see we have 5 on this squad. Kubelwagen, by the way, tried to block them in a little bit there. Did you see that? Allowing the Stern Pioneers to get more shots away. But HappyCat was not able to get it in. Don't forget, by the way, guys, HappyCat, of course, beats Kimbo in the first elimination of Master League Tournament 1, Man Liebner Zweimal, that big double elimination 32-man bracket we had. So he's not to be messed with. Do not underestimate the cat. That is Happy. He's not lost a single victory point this game, and he has locked in Fortifications Doctrine. Just let that linger. Those that want to see it. No grenades. of the anti-tank variety from PFC. Kubelwagen is just able to keep dealing this damage, already gaining access to its detection. So it has multifaceted use in this game, should he want it. Basically, you could like put it up to here maybe, keep it behind one of these sight-blocking hedges, and just detect units all day. Like a mini IR half-track, if you will. Conscripts are now pushing to take away HappyCat's cut-off. Going to pay for it. I'm going to say with their lives, but that is just an MG34, and they'll even escape the suppression. Yes, they will, before even the first salvo of shots was unloaded. MG34 will do a casual reposition. But I tell you what, the conscripts could easily just reposition themselves. They do get suppressed, though, thanks to this one dude forcing them away for good. Let's check the KD in this early portion of the battle, showing that HappyCat has a firm lead. Sandbags being placed down, combat engineers get into that superior vantage point, just giving that good line of sight. You see that, how it jumped, by the way. That shows you what a garrison gives you. It gives you better vision. And that's what you use it for. You hop in, you hop out, you shake it all about. And you can certainly see if your enemy's about. Conscripts behind the sandbags. You want to hear an AE balance complaint or design choice complaint? I hate the fact that frontline infantry can build sandbags. To me, it should be limited to worker units only. I know that would instantly nerf OKW, but I just don't like the fact that frontline infantry can kind of rearrange the map and make their own green cover everywhere. And as soon as you realise that that is the meta of 1 versus 1, it just becomes like this blight on the map. And AT guns have this multifaceted use. Their role is no longer just to destroy tanks, it's also to destroy sandbags. Black half-track coming out for the Cat. Now, let me explain how these are being used in elite level 1 versus 1 OKW at the moment. They are a defensive weapon of map control, or more an anchoring point. So you expect, if we go on the attack map here, you expect the half-track to go here, here, and here. Like in that axis, being very defensive and just keeping the territorial control for HappyCat. And what that then allows you to do, of course, is once you've used your first truck, a lot of more people are going battle group headquarters at the moment. And I do have my stream labs kind of alerts on. I don't usually see them on YouTube, but there you go. That's what you get treated to on my Twitch. Which will be aecoh again soon. I'm going to change it from the Master League to aecoh, I've decided. Tried to get partnership status. It bloody didn't work. Just going to turn alerts off now. We do have the combat engineers with the Zis gun backup. And of course, more than a match for those Photos Grenadiers, forcing them away. MG34 is repositioning, but there's two of the buggers now, and the Kubelwagen's having a... Never going to cause any damage to that garrison, is he? He just really needs to just stop wasting ammunition, if that was a thing. If I remember correctly, yes indeed, there is still this on the battlefield. This was an accidental positioning from the last map editor to mess with Favorable Approach Rosbone. He was meant to be making piers and such, or I think that might be correct anyway. But yeah, it's not meant to be there, that random pier in the middle of the swathe of water there. But it was good old AE, the man himself, the egotistical wonder, that had a lot of influence on Favorville in its last iteration. Stern Panther and Rosbone did as well. They had the idea to make it symmetrical and put all this here. But it was my good self that fixed this retreat path here. And also added in this island of ambush, which never gets used. So a lot of my ideas are rubbish, it would seem. But then I did have the good retreat point path idea, so yeah, it's a mixed bag. Let's talk a little bit about PFC's munitions sink commander choice, which of course is airborne troop tactics. It now costs 60 munitions to bring it down. which is a lot, meaning that, of course, HappyCat, if he'd gone for mechanized, his Lukes and his Puma wouldn't have to worry as much about mines. Zisgun has found the flak, causing this concealing smoke to be deployed. We have the combat engineers pushing in, forcing away the Foch Grenadiers. And this mortar has started its path towards veterancy. It's not gotten a kill yet, but it's done a bit of damage, just proliferating the battlefield with rounds, keeping HappyCat guessing. And it must be said, PFC has immediately got himself into the VP game a little bit more, started to hold the central ground a little bit more. Foch Grenadiers looking low. Moz and Nagants won't do much in the way of squad wiping though, and PFC knows it, doesn't even try it, quite frankly. What's happening in the north? Looks like MG34 suppressing these conscripts. And here comes that everybody's favourite ability, especially if you're an Axis player. It is indeed the Zisgun barrage, but it is here at max range, so its scatter is going to be awful. However, you never know. There you go. And the mortar forcing away and allowing the conscripts from behind their heavy cover to cap the fuel. Meanwhile, a Dushka, so named because you know, it does. That is the sound that it makes. It's an onomatopoeia, isn't it? Dush, 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 dush. More deep than that, isn't it? It's more of a dunth noise, but still, my joke is borderline awful. So we'll leave that one and pretend it never happened. Wagon decapping the fuel, but it doesn't matter because the conscripts have taken the north. And that is the yin-yang effect, the tornado of chaos that is Favourable approach. All centered around the eye of the storm, this garrison here. Flak using its cannon to destroy the sandbags there. As I say, that is the meta of 1 versus 1. SVT rifle conscripts have gotten 4 kills. And we've got double. Let's talk about the build order for HappyCat. How support weapon focused is this? A double ISG League build against PFC. Oh my god, that Kubel is a beast. Zisgun can't kill it, can he? You cannot shoot through this. This is a shot blocker. So there's no ability for PFC there. He's going to have to back away. Foch Grenadier and MG34. Dominating the centre as the Stern Pioneers were sweeping mines. Did suffer a little bit of suppression, but were able to get behind this site blocker, meaning they're probably going to be able to decap. There you go. One of them's able to decap that point anyway. Meanwhile, what a support weapon-based game we're having. We're having a Dushka, followed with a mortar, a Zisgun, and then a follow-up Zisgun coming from the support weapon company right now. So we're really looking for some indirect, bigger indirect fire, aka artillery, to smash this game wide open. And there's the second Zis. Pop cap wise are at 62.58, and that is just, that's what happens with support weapons. They only suppress, they do not kill. As does the flak, etc. So you end up with your population rising quite quickly. You have to be careful with that. The support weapon and infantry builds mean your likelihood of getting tanks out anytime soon is rather diminished. Look at those ISGs putting down the pressure. And there we go. We do have the Schwer, and we have the instant requisition of the Panzer authorization. Going to get that SAT PO from... Oh, divisional headquarters. But before that, he's going to have to write off this flak half-track because that no longer exists. You can tell I've been studying accountancy, can't you? Got an exam on Tuesday. Wish me luck if you're watching this between 19th of September, the day it was uploaded, and Tuesday, the 22nd of September. Because good old AE, at 31 years of age, is still studying. That's right, I am 31. I've got 3 exams left in my professional career and life. If I have any more exams, I will just drive my car into a lake. No, I'm joking. But I will make sure I've only got 3 exams left in my life, regardless of outcome. Anyway, back to the game. Let's have a little cheeky look at the stats, shall we? And see that the Zis has already got more damage than all of the units. That's the. It did take out the flak, I suppose. graph-wise, army value, of course, OKW starts with those flak-based defenses, but he's still maintained that. And points held is the only other useful graph showing that HappyCat has just surged ahead. Back in the north, again, French Grenadiers are continuing to keep this fuel, using the conscript sandbag against them. Not the best placement of a sandbag from PFC ever. He's probably thinking he won't be doing that one particularly again. 4 conscripts, of course, means that his manpower is very low, but he's continually dropping in. He's now finally getting more of these SVT rifles to improve the killability and lethality and the shootery, to make up 2 words. The name for that, by the way, is a malpropism. It's where you try and sound more intelligent than you are by inventing new words. Famously, of course, Del Boy from British sitcom fame, or Only Fools and Horses, did it a lot with his entree, pronunciation of French, etc. And Dogberry from Midsummer's Night's Dream, the only Shakespeare play I studied at school that I actually liked, because it was borderline funny. All the rest were shit. And I think Shakespeare's heavily overrated, but that's probably because I'm an uneducated Neanderthal or whatever. Anyway, MG34 is again... Are we having deja vu here? Max range this gun versus... Wait, what? Am I in a loop? This is definitely not... What? Have I just had a coma and am I back casting the same game or something? That was bizarre. Same MG, same Zisgun, same position. Anyway, Stern Pioneer. Not bothering the minesweeper, we just want to kill as many Russians as they can. We'll be able to get the victory points though. Obersoldat and first unit out of the Schwerpanzer headquarters, with the MG34, of course, not far behind. GIAA, who was the guy that saved me this replay, says in chat, this is cast on Twitch, don't forget, shitting on Shakespeare as a Brit. I just think that he was probably really good. I don't know. I just, as a teenager, being forced to study him, it wasn't easy, let's say. There we go. We've got the HappyCat with all of his abilities available now. Even the... oh no, he doesn't have the zeroing artillery yet, but he certainly has the LAF-8 should he want to build it. And I noticed the Stern Pioneers, by the way, are retreating back to base, but that could have been because this T-34 was ready to shoot them in the face, just as it has done. The Kubelwagen, the machine guns finish it off. What a great entrance for our big green machine. Meanwhile, in the north, French Grenadiers forcing away the Dushka. Mortar and a vast swathe of the Asiatic hordes amassing. T-34 facing north momentarily, but he might as well face south because you always want to... Yeah, there we go. He's trying to do it to get on the retreat path of him, but these micro savings of HappyCat count for nothing because the T-34 all this while was coming north. He could have used his headset to far greater prosperity of the Reich there, and he couldn't manage to do it. Basically, should have heard the engine noise. Bundle lane tossed in anticipation, but PFC was too fast for that. T-34 already with 4 kills, but he's met his matched in the Panzer IV Alf J medium tank on its way. Conscripts forced back. Bet 3 combat engineer is an asset to this T-34 though. Going to be able to repair it much more quickly. Probably, if he wants to get it on the field, probably he's too busy. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to retreat this quite quickly, I would assume. There he is. Yeah, there he is. Got my finger on the pulse just about. Just about. And that's why I do cast like this. I've, of course, got big tournaments to cast in the coming months. It's very good to stay on top of your game because, trust me, casting isn't as easy as it bloody looks and sounds. You have to get a real good feel for how top level players play and think. I mean, I can never hope to play as good as them, but I can try and understand them. Speak to me, PFC, speak to me. Where are you going next, girl? I don't know what that was an impression of. Probably something from Jurassic Park mixed with David Attenborough. Rakettenwerfer sets up in anticipation of, again, the T-34 coming north. But we have rocket artillery on its way, ladies and gents. We have the Katyusha rocket launching system. MLRS, as it's now known. Or a tractor with shooty bang bangs on the back, as it's soon to be known. And where is this target choice going to be? I mean, you've got Obersoldat here, that's always juicy. I'd say drive up and shoot them straight in the face. Try and get them on the retreat path a little bit as well. That's what I do, but that's because I'm a casual 1v1 player. Certainly not a 2v2 pro. And I'm asking you, team game specialist, now, what you do with it. And indeed, he's going for the support weapons, and that's what you do with it. You go for the targets that cannot move quickly enough, and you reap the dividends of your investment that way. Great use of the Katyusha by HappyCat. A nice, cool 6 kills on his first salvo. How many rockets on the back of it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 rockets or thereabouts. Not bad. Obersoldat and only have 3 kills. That's not good. PFC now has a little bit of tactical supremacy, one would say, with this Katyusha rocket launcher. I mean, let's time how long its next salvo is going to be. It's a minute until its next one. So every minute and a half, it's just going to be an ace in the pocket for FPFC. MG34s amassed 7 kills in Veterancy 2. And the ISGs are doing well as well. We've got 6 kills and another 6 kills for the other. And it's more just the psychological stress of indirect fire. And that's what both players now have in this brutal, grueling World War I-esque contest that we are seeing. Big shout out to your boy, Tightrope Xylo, in chat, saying, is it searchlight time? It can be. I'm sure you have this is directed to, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's directed to Mr. Tightrope. I'm casting this on Twitch. I'm sure you have an Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme that would fit with the searchlight. I'm sure there's one. I just laughed thinking about Frank. And we need more Frank-based videos, Tightrope. My favourite is when he's inside the couch on the office party. Or there's the photocopier boy in the office party, and he's like the warthog. This guy that comes in and snarls at you if you do something wrong. Can you turn that into a YouTube video? I mean, I know you can. Conscripts push into the middle as we have T-34 causing one of the first squad wipes of the game. That is a very late retreat. I think it might have been... It was the conscripts that got it. It looks like they could have run into the treads there, but indeed it was the SVT rifles that got the kill. Obersoldat amassing their 7th kill now, and they've heard me, it seems. Really starting to put the work in. Katyusha's recently fired, only got 2 kills. We didn't miss anything by not seeing it, basically. This Panzer IV, is this the one he built earlier on? It's only got 9... Well, it's got 9 kills. But it's not got any veterancy, which to me spells he's not been using it quite enough. Aha! HappyCat is going for a Königstiger. Very interesting. We have the 3rd truck on its way. Conscripts. That sounded really camp the way I said that. Ooh, he's going for a Königstiger. Look, Teddy! As Mr. Bean would say. Ah, the mortar's been decrewed by the Obers. Very good. Tree descends from the heavens above. As the... Tell you what. Both players are just really trying to battle for every point in consecutive order. They're playing this very tactically. It's like a very good game of chess, you know. They'll amass their forces. They'll go for a tactical engagement to take a point, and then they won't sustain heavy losses. and then they'll reposition. And for me, this has just been a real treat to watch. It's been a real nice game. And of course, indirect fire can spoil a high-level contest now and again, but with these two players, I really feel that it hasn't done so. I've enjoyed it thus far. It's not been spectacular. It's not been crazy micro by any stretch of the imagination, or any stretch of the keyboard and mouse, but it has been two very good players in a high IQ conflict. Combat engineers going north. Still, no mines have been planted, really, or at all, in fact. He's put all of his resources into these 4 conscript squads. Just cycle through them so you get a picture of where everybody is on the battlefield. With the SVT rifles, which don't forget is 240 munitions in total. Tusha is trying to catch the MG34, and again the support weapons out. This guy has watched a lot of 2v2 casts, where I think a lot of people that analyse high level of this game have worked out in indirect fire battles, you're just best off law of averages going for support weapons over and over again, because it certainly adds up. Nice destruction there of the ISG as the other one lays in the fire against the conscripts, capping the central victory point. Speaking of which, PFC has to do better to cap the victory point, because he's on 296 now. Tusha on its 9th kill and 3 salvos. That first one got 6, don't forget. So the second 2, since HappyCat's been aware of it, have been a little bit worse. Obers, a little bit low there. And we have a great flank from PFC. Can he go stationary? He does have light cover there. He could have used it. Oh well. Panzer IV watches on. Does he have something in his... He does indeed have a rock. He has improvised armor. He has a rock in his shirts and there. That's good. He's put a rock in his skirt to further fortify the turret of the Panzer IV. Not very often seen there. And it kind of makes you think of basketball, because what must have happened in this game is a rock kind of became very active due to some explosion. Ah, it's just about to drop out. There we go. Just as we give it credit. It's now going to fall out of the turret basket. Again, the Ziscun doing what Ziscuns do best, which is make people whinge on balance forums. As the Katusha has an excellent barrage, but the Stern Pioneers go forward, and that's what I'm talking about, the high IQ plays here. He didn't panic. He thought, right, this will be on my retreat path, and indeed it was. Central house down. Stern Pioneers advance. Only have the 1 kill, by the way. Not a great amount of kills, but here is zeroing artillery. You can't stay still, otherwise it will find you. Mortar has to get out of there. Conscripts still trying to track them. Oh my god, the Katusha just got taken out by a huge overshot by the Panzer IV. What the fuck? That is extreme bad luck for PFC there. Oh dear, oh dear. Massive overshot. Katusha down. The T-34 watches on with his head in his hands. Where is his luck in this game? And here he is. To cement his bad luck, we have 68.5 tons of over-engineered devastation. As the Panzer IV bows out, we have the Königstiger on the field. Immediately doing a 360 no-scope, it seems. Which is exactly what the Panzer IV just accomplished. Indeed was no sight on that, and the Katusha's immediately being rebuilt by PFC. Fancies it, but he could have probably gotten an Su-85 there, and it would have served him better. Because the entire life of the motherland now depends on this lone T-34. And they do have Vet 1, but who gives a crap about Vet 1? It's all about that veterancy 2 and 3 for Ziscuns. Tusha on the field. MG34 is the target. Behind heavy cover, he's braving it out. And did we just see a squad wipe? Probably just, yeah, it was there. I think that was the King Tiger, was it? Yes, indeed. 3 kills on the King Tiger. One of the conscripts dies. I got a bit of tunnel vision as a caster there. That can happen. Panzer IV Doesn't get the follow-up. But it doesn't matter. So yeah, he's banking on the double Zisses. Does he have enough protection for them, though? I mean, it seems to me that HappyCat has lost 2 Phoenix Grenadiers this game. I think I caught one on camera, but I missed the other. Let's verify that, shall we? See what that I've got. Sorry, I need to select HappyCat. Let me do the relic jiggle. And yeah, okay, he built 2 and lost 1. He never built more than 2. That's interesting. All the while, he was always going for a double MG34 build and didn't want to get 2 funneled for manpower. Phoenix Grenadier in peril, and as are the Stern Pioneers, but the T-34's had too much vodka, it seems, or at least its gunner has. Back in the centre, it's the duel of the MGs, and the T-34 is more than enough to force away those infantry squads. We do now, by the way, see some mines laid down. We have one here, and another one here by PFC. And of course, mines do indeed win games. Su-85 is the next choice by PFC. He's well utilised in his fuel, as is HappyCat. We now have a full contingent of units on the battlefield. Zis guns can't penetrate that thick Kruppstahl armour. Stahl, not Stahl, whatever. Anyway, Su-85 could have done that possibly, but it's now well out of the frame. Here we go. Where's the target for this Katusha? Oh, he's on the retreat path, and again, HappyCat is just going to purr like a kitten and sit there. Well timed. Again, zeroing artillery, just keeping PFC off the map. And this, by the way, is just allowing HappyCat to keep his victory point advantage. 382 plays 268 right now. Panzer IV lies in wait behind this garrison here. See the windmill in the distance. Let's have a little cinematic of the battlefield, just see what we can see. And we'll get on board indeed with the King Tiger, shall we? Just see that we have a lot of dominance here by our OKW contingent. How lovely. Need to tie in the AE logo with that scene, obviously. Only just seen that. Did the zeroing artillery just... What was that? Just one random shell or something? It is a fast windmill, yeah. It's furiously making a lot of grain. We have multiple production avenues for making of grain in this battlefield. We have, of course, the watermill. Which one goes faster? Let's time it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11. Ah, that windmill is way faster than the watermill, basically. To do a full rotation, that is. So that chat member of Twitch, that is, Xand, says the windmill goes fast. Indeed it does. Much faster than the watermill. Back to your regularly scheduled programming after that brief political party broadcast from AE, I guess. Katusha on a good salvo here. Oh my god, that's a good one. Look at the overshot as well, perhaps. Oh, the overshot couldn't quite find them. But this second Katusha is already up to 5 kills. 2 salvos in maybe now. That could be the third, actually. So I will retract my already up to statement. Oversold Dart and forced away 40 manpower a pop there, don't forget. And the mine as well could indeed have finished them off, but only 2 models per detonation does a mine give. T-34 on patrol as the Panzer IV comes to put a spanner in the works. Mechanized, by the way, does indeed have his repair pioneers up, so the King Tiger can retreat back to that and keep on with a full bill of health. And it must be said that unless PFC gets aggressive, he will not be seeing victory in this game. King Tiger, by the way, destroying the shot blocking hedge there. It's completely leveled. What that's going to allow him to do. Nice shots there. Against the MG34, forcing that away. SU-85 is in focus sight mode. Isosceles triangle of destruction following HappyCat, forcing him away. Meanwhile, in the centre, Obersoldat are now up to 20 kills, Veteran C 3. But look at the King Tiger's positioning. That is aggressive from HappyCat. You rarely see it try and kind of trundle into that direction, at least. Obers versus Conscripts. We know who wins this battle. They need that T-34 support. They now have it thanks to the sandbag being demolished. Indeed, they're forced away. King Tiger, 13 kills, and Soviet player, PFC, is down below 200 points. As I say, he needs T-34s up the coming out of his ass. He needs to flank this bloody King Tiger, ram it, and then, of course, get the IL-2 Sturmovik bombing run on it. Katusha's going fourth. Sick of long-distance salvos. He wants a good one. Will he get it? Obers react really quickly there, or that was possibly a little bit of luck. And the MG34 is destroyed. Obers have to retreat through it. That could be bad. So the rockets just ignited in midair there. I don't know what hit them. Did they hit an ISG round in midair? What's the trajectory of that thing? Something happened. Oh my god! No way! You're fucking kidding me! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's hilarious! Oh my god, that's the second time that's happened this game. First it was the overshot. First it was the overshot from the Panzer IV earlier on, and now we've had an ISG take out the bloody Katusha. This is the second time they've died to sheer bad luck. Holy fuck, that's hilarious. Oh god, this is so worth watching now. King Tiger pushes forward. Ziskun's gaining veterancy. They're going to be able to penetrate it at least now, or at least that one is. SU-85's coming in for the kill, perhaps. And, oh, there you go. Ziskun in against the Obersoldaten. Just a bit of health damage, though. It's unlucky. So don't worry about the exploding Katyushas. PFC has still got a strong army. Look at this, though. He's been really cautious with his tanks. He wants to gain that veterancy. He's almost toying with his opponent. Kettenwerfer there to thwart the advance of the T-34, but the flank, sorry, the cap continues. We have a second Kettenwerfer built. Somebody in chat has just mentioned that indeed it does take 2 ISG shots to kill the Katyusha, but on my screen it just looked like 1, so it was very funny for me at least. Probably in reality it was a little bit less funny than that, but still, I mean, PFC could have reacted basically. Still. Kettenwerfer destroyed there by PFC's T-34. Good work. Narrowly missed on camera. Panzer IV more than enough to force away the conscripts. As yeah, HappyCat does have a real strong advantage, but he needs to keep it. And while with the work complete of the King Tiger, but, oh, I tell you what. The reason the combat engineers have all 3 models remaining is because they have that Vet 3 bonus of not sustaining increased damage whilst repairing. Couldn't get my words out there. Kettenwerfer's in position. It's just as well he built a new one. He lost the first one. Obersoldaten are manning that. They're completely just eating shots for days. T-34 finally gets one in. Königstiger just unpenetrable. Impenetrable. As the second Ziskun finds him. We don't have 18 aids up on the conscripts, but they do, of course, have the lethality needed to force away the Kettenwerfer and keep that second victory point for a little while longer for PFC. Obersoldaten with that hip-fired MG34, which was, of course, in the Wehrmacht field manual, and I couldn't make this up. It was a tactic they sometimes utilised. It isn't just like a Duke Nukem-esque usage. Vet 5. Folks Grenadiers push forward. And a nice quick retreat for HappyCat. It's a shame he's not used either of the two really interesting abilities, or really anything of Fortifications Doctrine. I can't think of much he's used whatsoever. In fact, nothing. He doesn't really have the population cap anymore. I mean, zeroing artillery, yes, but I don't think he got any kills with it. You just had Goddess National remark in chat that it takes 160 health for the Katusha and 80 damage per ISG shot. So it needed 2 on the button to kill it. So PFC, of course, couldn't have expected it, but he maybe could have seen it. Obersal Dalton with another narrow escape there. Meanwhile, by the way, look at this. HappyCat is just using these units to control the central victory point and eke out a victory. Real calm, steady stuff here. With his Vet 5 ISG now, of course, with that one vehicle destroyed amongst it. And a third Katusha is to be built. Will the third one be less unlucky? Coach Grenadiers battling against that Rock 9 flamethrower as the T-34 gets an excellent shot in on the retreat path. Meanwhile, Panzer... I swear I heard action in the south. Maybe not. Could have been elsewhere. Su-85 really could do with gaining veterancy too. Needs to get more shots in on the King Tiger. PFC just needs to show more aggression for my opinion, at least. And yeah, needs to find more angles of exploit. Then again, he would leave himself vulnerable to the Panzer IV should he try and force this angle. King Tiger now with its, oh my god, 30 infantry kills. They've climbed very quickly indeed. Su-85 slightly exposed, Panzer IV pushing in. Ziskun repositions. Can he meet him? There are no 18-8s. The Panzer IV gets shot in. We have 0 artillery to cover his tracks. Quite literally. And, oh, that is a panic. Desperate Sturmovik. Rocket artillery. What, rocket artillery? Rocket run. Just to buy him time, really. Look, there's his entire army. It's all in base except for one unit, which is currently retreating. Everything is on screen. PFC. That doesn't show you that he needs to be more aggressive. I don't know what does. He's got full health army in base as we speak. Yes, he has had to retreat them. But, and yeah, you know, maybe his KD isn't that terrible. Well, it's pretty bad, actually, but it is Soviets. But still, he needs to show us something. If you're a referee in boxing, one of the common phrases is, you've got to show me something in this next round. You've got to show me something or I'm going to call it a day. And if we're watching PFC take a pummeling here, and he's got to show us something if he wants to beat HappyCat. HappyCat, of course, a big kind of dark horse in tournaments. I think he once beat Love Nest in a tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong. 7 out of 10 for that. Flip from the tree, very good. T-34 pushes in. It's the Katusha, the third build Katusha, still to gain a single kill. Can't buy a kill right now. As the Obersal Dalton. This is the second built squad. The first one has veterancy 4. Oh, he was able to get the Rakettenwerfer, by the way, with the overshot from the Katusha. Surprising. Got 2 little kills there. And he's just trying it. There's a good bundle. Oh, the kills on that thing. Ziskun trying to force away. Well, does force away the Obers. Doesn't get any kills in the meantime, though. Stern Pioneer using its blowtorches to keep the Königstiger battle ready. Dominating the center. Nice penetration by the Ziskun. Now veterancy 3. Better rate of fire. Second shot can't penetrate, however. Conscripts throwing their lives on the line for the Rodina. Make it to that central capping circle. As the Obers are now up to 32 kills. And the cap is completed for HappyCat. PFC is wondering what he's got to do. And, yeah, I don't know, where's his angle of flanking here? Let's try and analyze this one. Where could he flank? We know with that, HappyCat has this angle covered. Maybe he could flank through here, perhaps. Then, of course, he would be up against the Schwerpanzer headquarters. So he's literally, the only options he really has is to constantly throw himself into the meat grinder. And with a King Tiger on the field, those 38 kills show you it is exactly that, a meat grinder. There's a nice shot from the mortar. 40 manpower disintegrated. Good shots from the Su-85. Can he find a follow-up? No, it's a full bill of health on the engine of the Panzer IV, meaning he can get straight out of there. That's the value of a snare, which he hasn't deployed in two ways. He hasn't got the mines down that he could have done. 320 manpower, by the way. And he also hasn't, of course, gotten the 18-8s. King Tiger on the move again. Gaining his 39th kill. Su-85 returns fire, but can't gain anything. Ober's looking for a decap yet again. Combat engineers come into the picture. Oh, but look at the shot from the Koenigsegger, and the MG34 finishes the job. Katusha fires, but HappyCat predicts it yet again and forces his way in. Oh, everyone, all eyes on that bloody Katusha. All eyes on that Katusha. There we go. We do now have double veterancy, 3 Ziscos. Oh, but he loses 1 pip of veterancy just as I call it out, thanks to the Obersoldaten. And we've had a ram in from the other flank there from the T-34. And here comes the Sturmovix. He didn't see it coming, and neither did we. PFC finally pulls the trigger and uses the ability. Takes it out. But oh no, we have an abandon. Needs to destroy his own tank now. No, the Panzer IV does the job for him. And that was a cheeky little ram here from that angle. Wasn't quite caught on camera, but we saw the picture as the King Tiger is taken out. Can PFC take full advantage of this situation now? Can he indeed? But no, the Obers are waiting. 114 victory points remain. A shit ton of fuel as well. And manpower for HappyCat. He's going to have another King Tiger out very soon. Obersoldaten suffer heavy casualties there thanks to the Ziscon barrage. But they force their way in. That's Vet 5 Obers. They sprint around the battlefield like maniacs. Panzer IV now trying to do the job of its bigger brother. HappyCat, meanwhile, he's reinforcing the Obers there, so doesn't want the King Tiger out too soon. Another T-34 for PFC is being built. As the first one certainly paid for itself in the end, well, more than paid for itself. I think its efficiency probably at the wazoo. We check that out. I did the relic shuffle there. That should have worked, but oh well. Here we go. T-34 indeed. 335 on the old efficiency there. Ober's 41 kills. And yeah, he's getting close to that 720 manpower yet again. Ooh, conscripts have to be careful here because they're going to get double blasted by the MG34s. They'll be... Indeed, they're forced to retreat. That is the power of the Obers in the late game. T-34's fresh on the battlefield. The Su-85 does have veterancy 3, making it one of the best tank destroyers in the game. Katusha needs to be... I tell you, it has to be careful because it's not having a... You believe in luck. Can he finally have a bit of luck with these Katushas? Oh, couldn't quite get the Ober wipe. He sorely desires. He can, however, get the conscripts in that central capping circle. But look at the manpower for HappyCat. Okay, he's reinforcing. He thinks he can finish this with Obers, he seems. If PFC can somehow win this game, it would be legendary, because he's not looked likely to win at any point in time. Ziskun with a good shot there, and the Focus Grenadiers finished the job. Or was that yet again the Obers? Either way, he's dead. Very, very dead. Meanwhile, in the west, there's the MG34 Veterancy 4 for you. Just keeping the conscripts from gaining any purchase on the field. Jagdpanzer's not done anything thus far. I think it's got one shot in. Nice flank by PFC. Got the wits about him. Keep the pressure on. And combat engineers are heavily outmatched, outgunned here by the Obers. They're not even going to be able to cap that. They're going to die where they stand. Panzer IV's now up to 31 kills with 2 vehicles destroyed. Of course, one of them was that freakish Katusha overshot earlier on. We have 26 kills on the Vet 5 ISG as the Su-85 pushes forward. It's currently in focus sight for some reason, just meaning he's really exposed. That's a misplay by PFC. However, can he ram yet again? He does have the double Zisses in position, but we've got zeroing artillery here to spoil the party. The Su-85's looking to survive. Can he do so? And we got the, badly timed rockets, but good bounce there by the Su-85. Meanwhile, the T-34 is trying to find an angle. Of course, Su-85 does die in the end. T-34 can't find an angle himself. Rakettenwerfer was stolen. Ziskun loses its veterancy. T-34 is taken out, and PFC is forced to surrender. A spirited resistance to the last. But HappyCat showed his superiority in this battle. You've got to say that he looked really good in this one. Let's just go through the stats. We'll see that, of course, the Ziskuns will always have the more damage, but the KD, there you go, of HappyCat was superior. Army value-wise, it was very recent that PFC leveled the playing field, but he really couldn't consolidate his efforts, it seems. And of course, if you go to resource float, you'll see that we had a lot of resources floated at the exact time that his army value took a dip, so he was never looking likely to lose. Still a good game to watch. Hopefully the cast was enjoyable. I will, of course, upload this to YouTube for your viewing pleasure. And we will give a shout out to everybody who watched on Twitch. We'll go through the Twitch comments now, shall we? Just see what people were saying. My face, my ugly mug is there as well, apparently. We had Slimtide Gaddafi with a sub. He's apparently kind of deranged and talking about Trump for some reason. Yeah, that's from the top there. From just when I started the cast. Which wants to play ball? There we go. Yeah, Russians hate Shakespeare apparently as well. There's only one good Chinese player called me Delias. No need for your xenophobia, dude. Don't worry. There's Zand with his legendary windmill comment. That look, yeah, is really unfortunate. The Katusha deaths were just brutal. And there's your... Oh. HappyCat was commenting on his own games. Oh, God. That's funny. I didn't even realize that at the time. That's funny. And he could... Yeah, there you go. He had to go Jagdpanzer because of... So big shout out to HappyCat. Fair enough. And he doesn't think it was a big contributing factor. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this very sweaty... accountant who's been studying all day, doing such studying as question 152 and 170. Oh, God. But yeah, it's been good. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Big shout out to all you beautiful YouTube viewers that have been watching me for such a long time. Probably caught me through some tournament once and you stick around. Or you could be a community faithful legend that's been part of this for such a long time. So just much love us to to everybody in this community, because we're all solid dudes. I think the ratio of solid dude to twat ratio is exceedingly high, especially as this game gets older, and inevitably as the fan base gets older with it. Because yeah. All right, dudes, have a good one, and see you later. Thank you and goodbye.